Shalom, this is Yehudit Vav+Bet. I'd like to share with you how I embody the Sefirot for the 44th day of the Omer Count. This would be Gevurah Sheba Malchut, but on the day of Shabbat, which is Malchut. So the colors I'm wearing, the blue for Gevurah, and also have blue in the background with the blue trim of my house, and brown for Malchut, and a brown scarf for Malchut today. I'm doing this in advance of Shabbat, so I'm wearing the color scheme I would wear if I wore color schemes on Shabbat. I wear white on Shabbat and have been wearing a necklace usually to remind me which day it is in the Sefirot count when I can. So anyway, let me show you the movements for this. Gevurah is the Shvanach in terms of the Nikudot that goes with Gevurah. This is Shvanach is the stopping, the vowel that stops, makes a consonant strong, but also sometimes is a short start and stop. That's just Shvanach. And I go like this, one dot on top of the other, setting priorities. Giving myself protective space, being able to say no, setting my boundaries very clearly. Gevurah. One dot on top of the other. Making space for myself, for meditation, for my internal work. All of these have to do Gevurah. And Malchut, represented by the brown skirt, is a sense of God's presence, which comes to me through the breath. Every moment I am breathed by Hashem. That makes me alive. And that helps me keep my centeredness, my groundedness, my sense of sovereignty, because I'm connected to Hashem, and ability to manifest when I stay connected, to manifest in the world. And Gevurah also has that sense of spiritual discipline. So when I keep up my spiritual discipline, such as making these tapes for you, then I help myself be more grounded in my godly self in this world and manifest that. So let me do Gevurah 3 times with Malchut at the bottom. That's for 3 levels of my soul. I'm letting Hashem breathe me on that second part. These 3 levels are the Nefesh level that makes me alive, the Ruach level that activates in community and relationship and the emotional level of my soul, and then the Neshama level, the mental and intellectual and spiritual level of my being that I want to have in charge in making my decisions, setting my boundaries as I work to manifest fully who I am in this lifetime, in this physical space that I'm in. I also like to share with you the 44th letter of Psalm 67, which some of us say after we do the blessing on the Omer Count. And the 44th letter of Psalm 67, middle verse, which has 49 letters. The letter of that is the Nun, which I'm going to show you from the side. It's a very subtle letter. It's a half a step forward like we did with the Mem, and then the hands go back to back, come up, your weight is back, and then as you bring your arms up, your weight shifts to mostly on the front foot. Not totally. And then you back up to the weight on the back foot, bring your hands back the way they were, and come down. So half a step forward, bring the hands up, and have a sense of the connection between the tip of your fingers and your front toes. And then back up, Nun, the Nun. And I want to show you at the same time the final Nun, because I'm trying to go through at least a demonstration of all the letters in the Otiyot Hayyot system of healing letters. And this one, since the final Nun goes below the line, as I mentioned with the final Zadi, I go on my toes to represent something that goes below the line. And the Nun goes all the way up the final Nun, and on the toes, and then down. So there's a little curve at the top. This would be the final Nun. It's not the letter that comes here. It's the middle Nun that shows up in the middle verse of 67, but I want to expose you to the final Nun as well. And then how you would count the numbers in Hebrew letters. So 44 is a Mem, up, over, in, and down, and a 4 is a Dalet. This is the swing Dalet. So again, 40, half a step forward for the Mem, up, over, into yourself, and then bring your foot back, and the swing Dalet. And that is 6 weeks, so a Vav to represent 6, and 2 days, a Bet to represent 2. So I bless us that we're able to find how to make appropriate boundaries, create the proper vessel for ourselves, for Gevurah, making those boundaries, having the space for ourselves, knowing how to keep people at whatever distance is comfortable for us, and make better relationships that way when we have honest, good boundaries in manifesting who we are, in our sovereignty, in our sense of groundedness and wholeness and connection to Hashem, being breathed every moment by Hashem. Many blessings to you on the 44th day, the Omer, which is coming up for Shabbat.